Hi everyone, it's Ruth from Little Fork in the Big Woods. I'm going to share with you today about the breed Champagne des Argents rabbits, and I'm going to try to explain to you why we love the breed. And I'm also going to try and include some cons about the breed, although I'll be honest, I don't think there are very many cons about this breed. But also I first want to share with you why we started raising rabbits in the first place. My husband was in a pretty serious no-fault accident. He was hit by a farm sprayer when he was driving to work one morning. And it completely changed our lives, and it changed his health completely, and he started having a lot of health struggles. And on top of that, he was diagnosed with hereditary cholesterol issues. And while I'd already been into organic gardening and trying to do things as organically as possible and just live healthier already, raising our own meat became something that I was now interested in because of his cholesterol issues. And so we started looking for the right breed for us, and we started trying different animals, and maybe sometime I'll talk to you about our pig adventure, and I think we're going to try that again someday in the future, so maybe I'll tell you about that as well. And some other animals that we tried to grow up. We raised our own turkeys, and we raised our own chickens, and we currently still have chickens, just we have the egg layers right now because we just moved actually because of medical purposes. We moved to get closer to his doctors. But let's go talk about Champagne des Argents rabbits, and why they might be a good fit for your family like they have been for ours. This is my young doe, my young Champagne des Argents doe, Prism. She is from Lemon Girl, my son Joel's rabbit. Unfortunately, we just moved here in the spring, and we had somebody's stray pit bull get out, and somehow we had Lemon Girl get out as well. I think her cage wasn't latched properly, and I tried to look her over. She seemed fine, but then we lost Lemon Girl the next day. So I know that she got chased, and I'm thinking that she was a casualty because maybe there was something wrong that I didn't notice. She seemed to be moving around fine, but honestly, when a rabbit is scared like that, they can have a heart attack after they get back in their cage. So unfortunately, that's what happened to her mother. But I kept her daughter here. This is Prism. She was the only one. She's from a litter of 5, and she has 4 brothers. But I love this breed because, as you can see, they're so gentle. I was going to take Prism out, but I couldn't handle my camera and holding her comfortably the way I wanted to. So I'm just going to pet her in the cage and talk to her and talk to you about her. So they're a large breed. They are 8 to 12 pounds. 12 would be really large for the breed, but ideally you want them more in the 10-pound range. The does are going to be larger than the bucks, as is typical in rabbits. Most of my bucks are in the 9-something pounds, and my full-grown does are in the 10-pound range. Prism isn't that big yet because she isn't all the way full-grown, so I would not breed her yet. She needs a couple good months before I'd even breed her, and I won't breed her until spring. I don't like to breed them in northern Minnesota during the winter. I think that's hard enough on their bodies going through winter, let alone trying to add any more stress on them of becoming a new mother. So since they're a large breed, they don't reach sexual maturity as a doe until they're 6 months is usually when I breed mine, because they've reached full weight. And once they've reached full weight, then it's okay to go ahead and breed them. Are you just chilling out there, Prism? Just gonna flop down. You're warm. Mosquitoes bothering your ears? They're bothering me. I think they like me more than you. The bucks take up to 9 months to really mature. So they're a little bit slower at maturing than the does are. But once my does reach over 9 pounds, I like to go ahead and breed them because it's actually healthier for them than waiting until they're really large for them to breed. And you don't want to wait too long for them to breed, because if they get over a year, you can actually have bone fusion going on, and that's not healthy for them. So 8 to 12 pounds are a large breed. They're considered a meat breed. In fact, they're called the Black Angus of the rabbit world. And I've been really impressed when we have used them for self-sustaining purposes on our farm. They've dressed out very nicely. I usually butcher mine between 4 to 6 months when I do butcher them. Personality-wise, they remind me of a cat. Super friendly and affectionate and love you and love attention and want to come up to you. But they also have their moments, when they kind of this is their territory, and they're just kind of going to wander around. They're not aggressive at all. I'm just talking about, how a cat doesn't have to be babied and played with all the time, and they're not always high energy. They kind of have their moments. And I know I'm kind of stereotyping cats here, and your cat might not be like this, but I'm just saying, they remind me, when I'm thinking of a general cat, they kind of remind me of more of a cat, because they can go do their own things. They're happy with that. They have to have constant attention, but they are friendly, and they do like to come up to you, and they do want their cuddling as well. So it's important to me to have rabbits that are super friendly and get along with one another. I have kids, and so they like to have them as pets, so it's great that they have a good personality. Their color, as you can see, is a beautiful silver. They're born black and then they silver. They've got a pink inner ear, and they've got actually black toenails. I've got hers nice and trimmed, but I'll try to put in a picture of somebody's foot here that hasn't had a trim recently that I need to trim, so you can see what color their claws are. But they have black toenails. And they have brown eyes, as you can see. They are not a mandolin-shaped rabbit. So they're comparable a lot to New Zealand's, only I think their personality is nicer from my experience with New Zealand's. I've never actually owned any New Zealand's. I've just known other people that had them. So I wouldn't say, oh, these are way better than New Zealand's, although in my opinion they are. I just don't feel like I have that authority to be able to say they're way better than New Zealand's. But they are a heritage breed, which I think chalks them up a few numbers when you have something that's a heritage breed. They're from France. They were bred in the 1600s. There's records of them for sure, but they might have been sooner. Some people believe that they were around sooner and that they were bred possibly by the monks. But they're just a really nice rabbit that's been around for a long time. And when you have a rabbit that's been around for a long time, it kind of tells you something about the breed. It kind of tells you that they're worth it. Another thing I love about this breed is that they're hardy. I don't want to skip this because they are so hardy. I raised Dutch rabbits growing up, and I love Dutch. And I could say so many good things about Dutch. And they are smaller. They're a much smaller breed compared to Champagnes, but they were never as hardy as Champagnes are. I do a lot of local forage. You can see that I've got some branches in there that she's nibbling on and stuff like that. And maybe I'll do another video here about what forage you can have and use off of your property, especially if you're in the Midwest like I am, and use to feed your rabbits safely. And then maybe I'll go over as well what you could grow in a garden that they could eat, that you could supplement their feed with. But they're just such a hardy breed. Actually, my husband before has forgotten to interchange their feed like I do when you switch to a different brand, and they haven't even had any problems. A lot of people will lose their rabbits to bloating and different issues. I don't have that problem with these rabbits. I breed for hardiness, and I'm just really impressed by that. Another thing that I'm impressed with is that they're such good mothers. So far, out of all my litters, and Maya's had 6 litters herself, and I've had multiple does that have all had litters. I've never had one have any problems. No mastitis, not get sick, nothing. I've never had any of them get sick. The only thing I ever had was one got parasites one time. None of my breeders that I kept, but I had some in a range pen. And I think that because of the wet season, I probably shouldn't have kept them in the area that I did, but one of them got some parasites. So normally I haven't had any problem with that. And I've had them for quite a while. I consider it quite a while. I've had them for over 2 years now, this breed specifically. And I've had no problems whatsoever. I make sure that I don't keep my rabbits crowded. I think that's important. If you're raising rabbits, oh, she's gonna wash her face. If you have rabbits, it's so important not to crowd them. Yeah, you pretty girl. I like to always be respectful of my creatures. I like them to have as good a life as possible. Are you curious? What's Mom doing? What am I doing? What am I up to? And so I always try to give them the best feed that I can give them and the best shelter that I can give them and give them the most enjoyable space. I don't put mine in a colony or in a warren. I do separate mine in cages, but I have them next to each other in cages so they still have companionship, but are able to keep their boundary line so nobody gets too territorial with anyone. So why do I like this breed? They're a heritage breed. They're hardy. They're healthy. They do well when they kindle. They're good mothers. I don't have breeding problems with them. You can even look online if you want. There's other sources besides me, and I'll even tell you that there aren't a lot of things that people say, oh, watch out for with this rabbit. They can get this, they can get sick. I know that sometimes they're like, watch out, Rexes can get sore hocks. Mine have never had any sore hocks. I've never had a problem with sore hocks yet. They do great. And I do have a mostly wire bottom, along with, I do have little boards that I put for them to have like a resting pad for their feet, and I just don't have any problem. And they do get to come out every once in a while too on the ground, but I just don't have any problem. They're a really, really healthy breed. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope it was informational, and I hope that you're able to get some champagnes in the near future if you're looking at getting a meat breed for your farmstead or a nice pet. Let me know in the comments if you end up picking out some champagnes and how you like them. Have a good day.